In the previous episode, I pack away to leave Dingwall Campsite along with Winston, my dog, and Stanley, our hitchhiking spider. We travel south to Braemar Campsite in the middle of the Cairngorms, and the drive there was challenging at times, especially towing a caravan. Now, our new campsite has pay for what you use electricity, which is the first time that I've experienced this, but we shall see how we get on as our adventure continues. Good. Do you want to come up in here? You want to come in? What are you doing, Winst? I'm making a video, Winst. Are you in or are you out? What are you doing? You can go wherever you want. Okay, you want to come in. There you go. Good morning. I had a really good sleep last night. Was out like a log about 12:30. Had to work until then because I had a lot to do. So 12:30, completely out like a light. Slept right the way through till 8:30 this morning and just felt brilliant. So we're up, we've had breakfast, we are dressed. I need to clean the pod. It's a bit of a mess, and also because I was so tired yesterday, I had a chicken curry yesterday. Not a chicken curry, why did I say chicken? I had a mackerel curry yesterday and I couldn't bother to wash the pots, so I just kind of rinsed them out and left them in the sink, and now the whole place smells. I didn't notice it until I went to the bathroom and then came back in the pod, and I was like, yeah, we need to clean that up. So I'm working this morning because I've got a lot to do. So working till about 3 o'clock, and then we're going for a hike. Now, I don't have to worry about daylight because the sun's not set until about 11:30 at night. So don't have to worry about that. Also, the visibility, according to the weather report, is better this afternoon or late this afternoon, evening, than it is right now. So usually we'll be out on a hike now, but if you look at the mountains behind me, you'll see that they're covered in fog. So yeah, even if we hiked up the hill that I want to go to, we're probably not going to see anything. But this afternoon or late evening, we should get a better view. So it's all working out perfectly. Clean the pod, do some work, have some food, go on a hike. That is the plan for today. So let's crack on.
Say you don't wanna be with me, but you miss me as soon as it's over. Your name lighting up the screen, but you never call when you're sober. You say you don't like the games, but you play me like there's no tomorrow. You should know that I'm fed up with your lies, so don't come closer. You know you hurt me bad and I have scars. I need some time to heal, so don't come over. Don't even bother calling, just get lost. I'm fine on my own, so don't even bother to come back, 'cause I am done. I'm fine on my own, and boy, your pretty little lies are getting old. All the nights I have wasted on you are gone, 'cause we are through. All the nights I have wasted on you are gone, 'cause we are through.
So I had a few comments about how smelly it must be inside my caravan because it's such a small space and I've got a dog, and obviously I allow Winston to run through mud, to go in water, to do all sorts basically. It's not as though I keep him on a short lead and keep him clean. I allow him to get dirty, and therefore my caravan must smell very badly. Also because he sleeps in the bed as well, but I'm not like, where else is he meant to sleep? There's no other space in the pod for him to sleep anywhere, and there's no space in the van, so yeah, he's sleeping in the bed. He has to be comfortable. But as you can see, I try to keep it as clean as possible. I use the wipes and I use the spray, and I tend to do that almost every day. Some days if I'm in a rush I'll do like a quicker version, but all the blankets get shaken out, I spray them down, and then obviously every week I try and wash as much as I can. So when I'm doing my clothes wash, I will put blankets in, pillowcases, bedding, all that stuff to try and keep it clean. And Winston, where possible, will get the dog wash. So I will bath him. If it's available, I will just, even if it's just like washing off his paws or under his belly, just to try to make it a lot easier, because it's not so much like him getting wet, it's more of like the grit that he pulls in, so it gets all stuck in his fur, and then as he dries it kind of drops everywhere, and then you feel like you're in a sand pit. Sand is the worst as well. When you go to the beach, you get a lot of sand in the caravan. But yeah, I'd also just like to say as well that as far as smells go, I don't think my caravan smells that bad. I might be used to it, so there's something. But also as well, I have lived with grown men who smell 10 times worse than my dog ever does. And they're much bigger. So, you know what I mean? I could put a grown man in this caravan with me, and I bet you it would smell 10 times worse than what this little dog creates. So, there you go. Anyway, I need to get on with some work now. So, time to... You're not helping, Winston. Time to open... Where's my head? Time to open the laptop, stare at the screen, and make some money so that we can keep travelling. And no, I don't make all my money from YouTube. I get a lot of questions about that. I only make a very, very small amount from YouTube, which is helpful. It's nice. It's a nice little treat, so we can spoil ourselves a little bit more on our travels, but I do have a day job to keep up with, so let me crack on with that.
You say you don't wanna be a thing, but I'm not the one who's calling. I'm tired of waiting for you to change into someone who can love me. But you play me like there's no tomorrow. You should know that I'm fed up with your lies, so don't come closer. You know you hurt me bad and I have scars. I need some time to heal, so don't come over. Don't even bother calling, just get lost. I'm fine on my own, so don't even bother to come back, 'cause I ain't done. I'm fine on my own, and boy, your pretty little lies are getting old. All those late nights.
So I've been at this campsite now for about 24 hours. So let's do an electricity check. Now in that time, my laptop has been pretty much running the whole time because I was working yesterday evening, I've been working today, and I left the laptop on overnight because I needed it to run to upload some files. What else have I done? I charged my toothbrush last night. All my tech here has been charging, so I've charged my phone, I've charged my headphones, I've charged 3 camera batteries, haven't used the fan, and my Wi-Fi booster has been running the whole time as well. The kettle I have boiled 3 times, I've used the water pump for the sink a couple of times, and I used the lights in the pod last night. I think that is everything. So let's go check the meter. Now, if I remember correctly, it was at 58.8 something. And that 58 cost me 20 quid. So let's see where we're at now. Does that say 55.67? 55. So have I used 3 kilowatts? 55 to 58. That seems very low. And at this rate, let me just get in outside out of the wind. At this rate, I'm going to end up getting most of my money back. Which I'm not complaining about. Obviously, that's great. But why are campsites charging £30–40 a night for electric pitches? I've used 3 kilowatts in 24 hours. Let's say 4, because I can't remember what the second digits were. So let's say it was 4 kilowatts. No. Oh, I also forgot to mention my fridge has been running the whole time as well, obviously, because it's a fridge. Am I getting ripped off on campsites? What's everyone else using? Maybe if you're in a bigger caravan, you're using more electricity. That 58 kilowatts that I put on yesterday cost me £20. So, hang on, I need my phone out. What is this costing me per kilowatt? So £20 divided by 58 equals... So I'm paying, let's round it up to 35 pence a kilowatt. Let's say I've used 4 kilowatts. 4 times 35 pence. £1.40. £1.40. Okay, let's just pretend I use a bit more. Let's pretend it cost me £2. £2 a day in electricity. That is way less than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, it's good. It's good that it's less, because that means when I check out, I'm going to get most of my money back. But I am then just shocked at why the current increase in campsite fees. I thought campsite fees went up because energy costs went up. So where before I could find a pitch for under £20 a night, now it's very difficult for me to find one for under £30 a night. And even some of them that are charging me £30 plus per night are still adding on extra charges such as showers. So for me, I thought, well, the reason why the costs are going up is because they're having to pay more for their energy, they're having to pay more for the electric. So when I get an electric pitch, that's why it costs more. That was the theory in my head. But the fact that that little meter is telling me that I have, what was it, £1.40 in a day? And I've been in here the whole time working. It's not as though I've been out half the day. And in here, working, doing my thing. I can understand if I'd went out hiking this morning, I'd came back and I'd only been in here for a few hours. But I've been here, I've been the whole day, whole 24 hours I've been in here. I don't know what to think of this now. My mind's completely like... It's like we figured out there's a fifth dimension. Or you know when something just hit... I feel like I've been smacked in the face with a wet fish. That is probably a better analogy. I'm completely shocked. Right, anyway. As I try to come to terms with this, I'm now going to... get my boots on, get my waterproofs on, get my dog ready, because I've done my work for the day. We're off for a hike. So we just got out on the walk, just getting into it, and I had this strange feeling that I'd not locked the caravan. But not that I hadn't not locked it, but that I'd also left the door open. Because I had the door open whilst I was sorting stuff out outside, and then I have this as a fly wandering on my lens. And then I have this feeling that I've just walked off and left the door wide open. I probably haven't. I can't see me doing that. And I'm sure I'm probably going to go back. It's going to be locked, it's all going to be fine. And there was no reason for me to walk back whatsoever. But, yeah, you don't really want to be leaving the door wide open, do you? And then just toddle off on a hike. So we're going to just go make sure it's locked and secure. Oh, cut through this pitch. Door's shut, and I bet it's locked. It's locked in there. Walk back for no reason. Come on, let's go. Take two. He's like, what are we doing? We just got back. Do it again now, Vince. Just add in a few extra steps. Because you know, we don't walk enough. Let's go! completely misjudged the temperature of the day. It's actually really, really warm, and having waterproofs on, I'm just sweating underneath. Winston's probably the same, so he is now naked. He's gonna get nice and dirty and smelly. Yeah. But he'll be happy, so that's all that matters. Mini beasts are living in dark and damp places. Try turning over rocks and logs to see if you can find any. Look for slimy ones, a wiggly one, a hairy one, a shiny one. Which one has the most legs? Well, I found a wiggly one. Hey, and you've got 4 legs. And a very active tail. And so the climb begins. So we've got just under 500 feet to do in a quarter of a mile. So as we walk along the earth for a quarter of a mile distance, we're going to go up by just under 500 feet. So that's like your gradient. So fairly steep. Winston's leading the way as always. And I'm just the weirdo in the back talking to a camera. Although I know I'm not, can't speak. Although I know I'm not talking to a camera, I'm talking to all you guys. I have the joy of both hiking alone, but also not hiking alone. I get the best of both worlds. Ooh, I don't know if you can see through the trees. But you do get the feeling of height already. Hope there's a good view up here. Guessing it's this one. This one goes up. Need to check my map, but I'm holding the camera. See if I can do it with 2 hands. Yeah, this is right. So, you can see. So the green is what we're doing, and the blue is what we've done already. So we've still got a long way to go. Not far to get to the top, which is here, but the route's quite long because we're going around. Anyway. Should go search the comments now for people screaming that I don't have a paper map. Sorry. But you know, I've got a car, and I don't have a horse and cart either. And I use email, but I also don't have any stamps for pen and paper, so I'm just messing with you. Kind of. I do understand the benefit of a map. Just don't like it. I can use it, but it's such a faff, honestly. I can write a letter, but it's such a faff. An email is just so much easier. Okay, let's keep going before I start World War III. So we're climbing Crag Connich, I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's 1,700 and oh, look at this. Sorry, I just fingered you. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, you know what I mean. Isn't that pretty? Come around this way. Get my fingerprints off the lens. So, as I was saying, it is 1,765 feet. Wow, the visibility isn't perfect, but that is still something special. We're not even at the top yet. Woo! Love a good view. Let's go. I'm sweating. Now eventually we reached the top, but I couldn't give you a full 360-degree tour because there was a lady who actually overtook us on the way up, and she was sat at the top, she was enjoying some sandwiches and she was enjoying the views. And I didn't want to interrupt her, and I'm sure she didn't want to appear on the internet while she was peacefully minding her own business. So Winston and I went out of the way. I was able to give Winston some water and take off another layer. So we actually need to be going that way, but there appears to be a view on this side of the town. So I'm going to walk up to this, have a little look over the edge, and then head back that way to continue the route. Right, back up to the top, back down the other side. And just in case you missed it like I did, there's Braemar Castle. One more step along the world I go. One more step along the world I go. I was just thinking, right, I am so thankful for my legs. I really am. This pair take me everywhere. Everywhere I've ever been because of these. Whether that's walking, driving, cycling, horse riding, skateboarding, I don't know, any other skateboarding. I used to rollerblade at one point when I was a kid, but you get the point, like, it's all thanks to these. So thankful that I've got a healthy pair of legs. Really is a gift that I take for granted far too much. Are you a gift too, Winston? Eh? Oh, look at this. I keep having to stop to take in the views, because when I'm walking I'm constantly looking down at my feet, trying to judge the terrain and where to step and not fall over and not damage these legs that I'm so thankful for. So I kind of travel a bit of ground, stop, take it in, and then do the same again. So we're not getting anywhere very quickly, but this isn't about how quick you can do it, is it? This is just about doing it. I feel so happy right now. There's a little trooper. You know, when he's not got his red harness on, I can't see him very well. He just blends into everything. Another reason for wearing bright colours. Good thing is though, I know he won't go anywhere. Couldn't lose this dog if I tried. But it's just nice to be able to see where he is. There he is. You checking? I'm coming. I'm just slower. We found a slimy one. So now we've got a slimy one and a wiggly one who is getting attacked by flies right now. So let's keep moving. Teach my dog left and right. He gets to like a junction, he doesn't know which way he's meant to go, but he knows hand signals, so if I point left he knows we're going left, but he doesn't know if I shout left. Should possibly train that into him. It'd be very handy on the bike, so when he's not looking at me I can just go left and he would turn left. At the moment he's got to visually look at me for me to then put my left arm up or put my right arm up. Wouldn't be that hard to train words to it. Just do it enough time and sync the word to the arm. So you point left and shout left, do it again, point left, shout left, do it again, point left, and just keep repeating that, and then eventually you'll be able to shout left without pointing left. But I don't know, is it worth it now? He's 12 years old. He's not doing that many bike rides anymore, and the ones that he's doing are very short. I don't know. He's good enough for me. We are unsure of the directions again. So, left. A shadow pointing, if you can see. So yeah, you just do that a couple of times, wouldn't you? And you'd soon start to tie the word left to the direction left. I'm very much amused that we crossed that bridge up there, walked down there, came round, and then crossed this bridge down here. I don't. Well, wouldn't it have been easy just to put a track in down here than build two separate bridges? Nice bridges though, but peculiar. So I don't usually hike at this time. It's coming up to about 5 o'clock. I usually do it in the morning. And I am absolutely starving. I don't know why. I don't even eat my tea at this time. I usually have my tea somewhere between 6 and 7. Because Winston gets fed at 6:30, so I'll either have something to eat before I feed him or after I feed him. So I never eat at 5 o'clock. Well, I don't never eat, but I don't usually eat at 5 o'clock. So I don't know why I'm so hungry. I mean, obviously this burns calories and all that jazz, but yeah, absolutely starving. Still having fun though. Oh, pretty flowers. So keep your eye on this one. Now I think that all working bees are female, so I decided to call her Betty. Betty the bumblebee. I think she's a bumblebee. I might be wrong though. Anyway, let's continue. This feels kind of weird because you're walking right next to the road, but you're walking above it. So it just kind of, I don't know, discombobulates you a little bit. Is that the right word? Probably not. It just feels a bit weird. So we should be passing the castle soon on our right hand side. Is that one of these little things or are they just directions? What's this one? Defence bunker. Where is a defence bunker? So I didn't look very hard for this bunker, which I now regret. But my internet research tells me that the bunker was used to monitor nuclear fallout in the event of an attack from 1962 to 1991. It was manned for 24 hours a day by a civil defence organisation, and apparently the bunker remains intact as the day it closed. Now, I don't know how close you can get to it or if you can go inside, but it does say that the bunker is preserved, and by that I'm guessing it means that it's locked. But if anybody has been, please let us know about it in the comments. Can't see anything. There's some motorbikes though. Meow. Because I'm childish. Just see lots of logs down the steps. Don't get hit by the trees. So there's a bunker around here. So that's the castle. Okay, so I'm obviously not doing this castle justice, looking at it from behind trees and on the other side of the road. But to give you guys a little bit of historical info, it was built in 1628 by the Earl of Mar, and it has been a hunting lodge, a fortress, and a family home. And if you are in the area and you would like to visit the castle, you can book a tour. Anyway, we continue in. Do you want some treats? Nice. We've got to get near the road. Ooh. Well, at least he's brown. Oh, we lost the leg. Oh, there's a big thing of water over there. I bet he's going to go swimming. Oh, there we go. And he's getting stuck in the mud. We need to go down this way. Look at you. So the campsite is straight ahead through those trees. Made it back before 6, which is good, what I wanted. Now I need to find somewhere to clean my dog. So the campsite didn't have a dog wash, but I do have this small portable shower that I use to get the majority of the mud off. As you can see, Winston isn't a fan of this, but he'll happily stand there as long as he gets treats. So when I got the towel, I moved Winston's treats to inside the pod, and he then slowly started to make his way across to the pod to indicate to me where they are. Okay, so maybe Winston is smelly, and maybe he does make my pod smell, but I'm okay with that. It's a small price to pay for allowing him to just enjoy being a dog. Tired boy.